Bishop has asked me to address several of the indexing questions our ward members have. Please remember to reach out to your ward history consultant, the Young Women's or the Relief Society presidency, or other ward members who would be more than willing to answer your questions. You can set up a Zoom meeting with someone and share your screen, and they can see the project you're working on, and you can ask specific questions from that if you'd like. I loved in conference that President Nilsson promised us that if we spent the time we would normally spend in the temple increasing our efforts in family history research and indexing, that we would be able to increase our ability to hear the Savior. And that's why we're doing this work, and we're getting those blessings, and I'm loving that promise. So if you'll jump over to familysearch.org, log in with the same login that you would with your church account. And if you remember going into one of your family accounts of your ancestors, and there's a tab here that's called Sources. And this grandmother has 54 sources attached to her. And in these sources are records of her birth and her children's birth and her death and her children's death, any services that she's done, any immigration records, that kind of things will be found here. And these records got here because somebody was willing to index these records. And there's a whole bunch of records left to index. So we're asking board members to help in this effort and receive the blessings from doing it. You go to indexing by hitting this tab and go to web indexing. If you've already done a batch or started a batch and you haven't finished one, it will show up under here with my batches. If you haven't done one yet, you go to find a batch and look through here on something that looks interesting to you. With first ones, it really is just a guess. To open up, go ahead and open up an index. Hit the index button, and you'll pull up the record. I specifically want to show you a few things in ones that I've already opened up here. This batch here, this new record is in a foreign language. And so if you're not new to indexing, this is a fun project because we can start indexing languages that are not English because we recognize words such as baptism or death or burial or marriage, and you're able to pick out the dates and the people's names. And so we're being able to index other languages as well. If this is your first time indexing and you come across this, I would probably go up to batch and return the batch and then choose something else just so that you have something easier your first time to get through. I wanted to show you in this record. So this is a journal entry of a church record, and all of them, the forms are not the same. So sometimes it's in diary form. You can see that these are marriages, couples that are getting married. And so there's 27 of these that all that you do is write down the groom's name and the bride's name, and everything else here is going to be blank because there's not that detail in the record. So you have to have a control. If you hit Control B, it will pull up blank so that Family Search knows that this record does not hold the information that it's asking. And then once you do all 27 entries, you see that there's still 101. And you don't need 101, we only needed 27. So you can come up here to this trash button, hit delete all blank entries, and hit delete. So it deleted all the extra ones here and leaves it to 27. Then when you scroll down to the bottom here, if you forgot and there needs to be another one, you can still add another entry. But now you're ready to submit this batch. And submitting the batch means that all the names in this record has been extracted. And so you hit submit, and that batch has been submitted. And great job. Now I wanted to show you a few other things in here. sometimes it shows in these journal entries that this person is the son of or the daughter of, and so then you can put the sex in. But it doesn't. If it does not specifically say that, you don't guess their sex. It needs to be said in the document in order for you to um, put it on the record. So if it specifically is not there, hit Control B